we go in the deep sand of Southwick. We're off into turn number 1. Good start for the 40 of Trevor Burns, I think that is. Way outside, Caleb Hall's going to get into the corner first. Leclerc through the middle might get you those points, Haywood.
Yeah.
It's the Design Lab co-hole shot to the 5-time champ Alexis Leclerc.
We did the Moto 1 winners, though, but I got the frickin'... We need to be keeping tally, though, too, however many times we get correct picks. 40 guys on the gate, that's impressive, but look at that. Trevor Burns absolutely railing that middle rut. Leclerc gets stuck, slows down the rest of the field. Trevor Burns just absolutely slamming past those dudes with a like 1.5, 2 second lead right now, running some silver wheels that we got. Can't even see those deeper than the 250s do, so... The speeds are just so much higher for these guys, but that allows the mistakes to come up a little bit quicker as Burns makes a huge mistake, and Lang's just going to have the speed to come around the outside and make that pass as he bobbles up that hill.
Tyler Lang takes over the race lead here at Southwick on his number 5 JRBR.co gas, and Burns is just all over the place as he slides down out of second and lets Leclerc go up into the 3 spot. Tough break for Burns. Meanwhile, this man, who is our fastest qualifier here tonight, Pablo Vial, is up into 4th and absolutely cooking. 2:08, 2:18 last time by, fastest lap of the race, and he is now closing that gap down in a hurry. He is only 6 seconds off of our race lead, and he can already see Trevor Burns right ahead of him. It is on for the Frenchman.
He's got this track figured out more than anyone else, and Lang was down out of the lead right there. We just saw him jump over him in that bright yellow gear.
He's down again.
No, what a brain fart
crash
by him. And he's upside down on the hill. That's going to be a terrible spot to get up from.
Oh, no. T-Lang, as he finally gets rolling again, just as these guys are coming over the hill. Careful track re-entry, not to get taken out. And Boutigny side by side with Shirley having a fight. Shirley goes to the inside, Boutigny to the outside. Lang might get his teammate Seth Shirley side by side up this tabletop jump. Oh, nice whips. Not quite dualies because we're side by side. Lang just going right back after Boutigny. Might get by him. Shirley might get back by both of them as they launch down the hill. So Leclerc now leads from Burns, and it is tight at the front of the field. I want to go up there because Leclerc just made a mistake, and Burns went off track. Vial moves into second. 3 riders nose to tail for the race lead. I hate to switch away from that battle as down goes Vial. Out of second, he had finally gotten into a position to do something about it, and a yard sails down the hill. Back to 30 goes. Then Vial back on his horse. Battle for the lead back on again. Burns is not letting Leclerc go by any stretch of the imagination. He might get the Frenchman back. What a cutover line, and makes the pass into the race lead. Trevor Burns back out front. Leclerc trying to go right back after him as they come down the hill. Middle line for Leclerc doesn't quite work, and Burns back to the front.
Trevor Burns, that was a dirty move. I don't know. Can you make a dirty move on a Frenchman? Who knows? They're kind of known for that. Leclerc's got the lag. I think Leclerc's going to want to battle back, but this is impressive by Trevor Burns. This is kind of what we saw second moto at Paula. He went out and destroyed everyone, had to face some adversity.
Leclerc to the lead on Burns. Sorry to cut you off. Oh, and then a big swap and goes off the track. Wow, that was a quick sequence of events. Burns kind of blew the sweeper coming into that section. Then Leclerc had a huge kick. Nice job to wrangle it back together and not go down, but suddenly Burns is back in the lead. Sorry to cut you off. Meanwhile, change to the lead up front. I missed it. Leclerc has gotten by Burns. Burns had pulled out to about 5 seconds, and suddenly Leclerc is in the lead. Perhaps a little slide out for the leader. Don't look now, too. Tyler Lang is lurking in the background as well, so the lead group is tightening once again as we approach the final 10 minutes of this race. Leclerc getting sideways. Is Burns going to get him back over the hill? No, Leclerc holds steady to the inside. Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Seriously, do not look now. The yellow gear in the background on the gas of Tyler Lang has been the fastest rider on the track 3 or 4 laps in a row. And while these two are tussling with each other, he has just been inching that gap ever so closely as he goes over the roller behind these guys and Burns down the inside. That's the second time we've been on with Burns and see him make that pass on Leclerc. Leclerc leaves the door wide open on the inside line, and Burns takes full advantage to go back to the lead again. But they're actually together starting to reel Burns in ever so slightly. The gap's down to 3.5 seconds as Leclerc lands sideways. Lang hits him, and there's some of that lag. Leclerc goes down, and Lang stands it back up now in second. None of those riders going by R4 position. They were far enough ahead, but Leclerc down, Lang up to second. but the gap might be too far, too gone now. That could have taken it all the wind out of the sails, and it's up to 10 seconds now with less than 2 minutes to go. But man, oh man, you got to keep your eyes peeled on this guy right here. 2.9 seconds now the gap as he continues to just bring it down. He is all over the track right now. And is that Leclerc that just went down? I think it was. It was Leclerc. So he was gaining points on Pace and Johnson this entire moto, and Johnson has clawed it all the way back to gain points on Leclerc. He wants to go get Lang and not lose any points in this moto if he can help it, and he goes 207 flat again.
I saw him make a couple mistakes too, and he just drops a 207 flat, which means he is really on rails right now, and these guys in front of him really have something to worry about. If it's going to be this lap plus one more, those guys have a problem in front of him. And if he comes back to second place, that's going to be absolutely insane. He can see the guys in front of him. That bright yellow gear is just sticking out like a sore thumb. Both of those guys.
Oh,
and
they went down together.
Down together.
Johnson around the outside is going to get them both to the inside. Lang fights back immediately, but isn't going to get the pass done. And then he slides out. Shirley up the inside, trying to get back into third on his teammate, and will do so. Payson Johnson has come from 27th to second and is gaining points in the championship yet again. He's 21 seconds off of the lead. He's not going to win this moto, but what the hell was this effort out of the 51 to get all the way up here in the first place? And I don't think he's going to give up until this race is done. He's about to start throwing 205s at the board to see if he can't still get this win. One turn to go, and out of nowhere, a Moto win has appeared. Trevor Burns takes Moto 1 at Southwick.
Fuck yeah, that's got to feel so good, man. Just coming out of nowhere, getting your first win right here. That is absolutely unreal. And there's going to be some happy people. Tyler Lang coming around in third. Payson Johnson was in second. Seth Shirley in fourth. All your usual suspects, but...
Gate down. We're off and running. Good start for Lang. He gets a good jump, but Burns is going to get him to the first corner first. Leclerc's leading with Seth Shirley. Shirley to the inside is taking it. Does he lead it all the way to the line? No, he goes down. He yard sails. Leclerc's going to go down in second, I think. And Trevor Burns gets the Design Lab co-hole shot. But Johnson is right there looking to make it happen. Swoops back underneath, but Burns leads the opening lap and continues to lead around. Oh, Johnson down. Johnson down, pirouetted on that little inside roller. Lang was going to jump over him. Johnson only loses 2 spots for crashing on the second lap is ridiculous.
That's actually unreal.
Because this fight for the lead is so good, though. Yeah. Carter is just on him.
You can't leave. I mean, Carter's been slowly, steadily doing it.
He's going to get it.
Big
Burns
mistake.
jumps off the track. Braden Carter takes over the lead. First lead he's had of the Nationals, I believe. And now let's see what he can do coming off of his 4th consecutive Supercross title. Oh, Burns is going to get him right back.
Huge ride or freaking line.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Drive. That's the word. Almost over whips right there. That's the scariest jump to scrub on the track.
Woo.
Even though it looks sick, still holds on to the inside. Man, what a battle back by Burns. He says, I know who you are. I see that big number 9 on you, and you've never lost a Supercross championship, it seems like. But this is my time. This is my day. I'm going to freaking take this dub, come out of nowhere, and try to go 1-1 here at Southwick.
Yeah, over and over again, and I think we're about to start seeing that happen. He laid a 2:06, 6.56 in last time by. I don't think the lead is going to be Trevor Burns for much longer.
Yeah, not with this 1 second gap, but we'll see. It almost seems like he might be a little bit flustered. I don't know, man.
Oh, this is it right here, up alongside of him, and he launches at the top of the hill.
God.
Burns has nothing to give, and Payson
Throws
Johnson
it in his face.
whips in his face, takes the race lead. 10 minutes in, is it goodbye time for the 51. Johnson is starting to cook up some ridiculous lap times, and this time it's a 2:05.164, new fastest lap of the race, and he wads up the second after he does it. Johnson is down. Burns is back into the lead. Is this what we're going to see all moto? Because here goes Eaglin by again, and suddenly it's a District 1-2 again.
I don't know, man. He's so different. I mean, he's going to get past Trevor Burns right here, but do I think that he stops crashing? I don't know, but does it really matter? Because if
wow,
big mistake by
move.
Burns there, though, and Payson just sends it right next to him, wide open off that thing. I think, honestly, Payson can win with this strategy here tonight because he's just that much faster than everyone else.
Yeah, he is flying. Every time he picks the bike back up, he goes even faster. I mean, he crashed and did a 2:16, 2:03, and is back in the lead. He only did not lead one lap in that whole sequence, which was the last time through the flag stand for Trevor Burns in the race lead. So now Johnson is trying to just pull away again, check out from the field if he can, and keep doing these ridiculous laps. I mean, I feel like the pace that he's putting down right now might even suggest he could dip down to the 2:04s, which would be unreal. But that's the speed he's putting down right now. I mean, I think he's even, at this point, he's going so fast through the inside ruts. He's scrubbing jumps, and now he goes down again. Oh, my gosh. Payson Johnson is throwing it.
Which he is. He rides like that half the time, but he's still just dominating. Like, it's not even a close point series like the 250 riders are.
There he goes into the lead again.
Small mistake. That was Burns' mistake. Definitely looked like he was letting him by, but made a mistake, got up on the side of that. And, man, just Burns throwing a little bit. He needs to stay on top of it when Payson's behind him.
What a day. Payson Johnson comes through and dominates the second moto to win the Southwick National. A 2-1 performance. His final lap, a 2:07.6, and he immediately disconnects. He's over it as he wins the national at the end of the day. Colby Eaglin is going to get second. Seth Shirley looks like he's got third locked up. T-Lang is battling a lapper, and he's in fourth. Oh, Burns got back around Leclerc, interestingly enough, and then he goes down. So now Leclerc is going to go right back by him right about now. There's Leclerc over the hill. So Leclerc is going to get back into fifth, and it's a 5-5 day for the champ, but doesn't matter at this point. Let's go racing in Massachusetts. It's Southwick and MX Simulator. Here we go.
Yeehaw!
The 12 of Stevenson looks like he's got a good nose up the inside. It's a bunch of Panini riders pushing out wide to Stevenson up the inside. Seth Carr looks like he's got it. He's side by side with Tharp. Who do you give it to? Tharp is going to get to this line first. No, it's Carr by a nose over the whole shot line. Seth Carr rips the Design Lab Co. whole shot as he leads up the hill on the first lap. It's Carr with Stevenson moving into second. Now Tharp pushing out to third, and a host of riders in tail behind him as they come down the hill. Oh, Lights on Matherly almost came together right there. And look at Jeff Cooper sneaking up the inside, trying to make a pass. Kind of stuffed it in the corner. These guys all ripped the outside, and Cooper's going to lose a spot to Colin Holden as well. But look at how close all those guys were, and no one crashed, I don't think, at least, from contact. I mean, there was a slide out sort of from Jeff Cooper, but those guys, they ran basically 3 wide for 2 or 3 corners, and everyone made it through okay, which is really cool to see how this racetrack is coming together so far. Yeah,
that's the thing. I feel like when we're seeing passes, it's because it's a weird kick, is able to hold on to that thing. Matherly's still unable to make the pass. Look at that after a huge mistake. These guys, every line is just so close. There's so many options that if the guy in front of you goes inside, you could just take the middle. The guy behind you will go to the outside, and you're actually all going to be right around the same spot. So it's just inside is a little shorter, but you're going slower through the bumps, and outside you can hold it wide, and it's going to be a little bit smoother there as Leitzel almost makes a mistake, but like nothing big is changing.
Matherly up the inside. They're trying to pass Alex Zellner here, I believe, on the 59, and that moves Leitzel and Matherly into 12th and 13th respectively. So just watching them here for basically the whole of a single lap, they've gained about 5-6 positions together, like you said, Awood, kind of working together without really trying to. As Leitzel jumps off the track trying to avoid some downed riders, he's going to lose. He gained 2 spots, lost 3, and he's right back into the mix of this chaotic battle as Matherly's now in the top 10, and then Leitzel just has to deal with all this all over again.
Yeah, I mean, look at how many guys there are. Look at Logan's trying to use all the edges of the track to stay away. I mean, he's in the middle of 8 guys right now and hating every second of it. But, man, he's slowly picking them off. You just can't make that small mistake. He needs to get out of this pack and get away and just keep it on 2 wheels for just a little bit longer, because slipping back into the clutches of that battle is, I think, not good for just your mental health, your speed, everything like that. I think you're going to start to see these guys' lap times drop as they try to move forward now with a little bit less work to do to get around these guys.
Look at Carr, though, man, just laying into these corners, ripping the ruts like it's nobody's business. He's starting to run into a little bit more of kind of the back of the pack. He's already lapped, looks like 36. Tyler Show is already a lap down. But if you look at the track map, he's going to basically start hitting a line of them from here on out. So the speed that he's been carrying, kind of riding all by himself, might go back away as he has to weave through some of this back of the pack stuff.
Yeah, there is a lot of lappers coming up in the next couple corners. Maybe within the next 5 or 10 seconds ahead of him. So he's going to have some issues and probably slow down that pace a little bit. But he did go from a 2:14 then back to a 2:11.9. So this track not slowing down too much, just 1 second off of his best lap that last lap around. And I think he'll be fast enough compared to these guys to actually be able to get by pretty cleanly. My worry is going to be if he's jumping into the back of them or they are going way too slow in a rut and he catches up to him sooner than he thinks he's going to be able to. That could cause problems for him.
We went to them at the beginning while they were still battling in 17th and 18th. Now they're battling for second as they catch up to Hayden Stevenson. Stevenson has been by himself this entire time, and Matherly finally gets up alongside of him, jumps over the top of the hill, and Cade Matherly takes over second, almost blows the corner. Stevenson's trying to fight back down the inside. Let's see if he can make this move work into this corner. Through the inside, still side by side. Matherly might have to back out of the challenge, and he does. Stevenson gets it right back.
That's awesome by Stevenson to know you fought for 27 minutes. You don't want to just relinquish the position so late in the race and just able to come back and come up the inside of him and make that move happen. Perfectly executed that corner, exited at the right time to carry his momentum, kind of block off that line for Cade. And Cade's got to push, man. He's going to make him work. But look at Leitzel right up on the rear of both these guys. Leitzel might be able to get a twofer here if he picks the right spot on these guys. As there goes Stevenson. Not completely off the bike, but gets a kick. That's a sneaky, probably toughest part of the track right there, I think, is coming up that old mechanics area. Maybe it still is. Right before that drop-off. And there's so many crashes right there, and just pushing finally bites Stevenson. But, man, back to another Cade and Logan Leitzel battle, and this time it's for second.
Yeah, well, that as to your point of that section of the racetrack, what happens there is your suspension completely unloads at the top of the hill, and you jump all the way down the hill, and if you're slightly sideways, that G-out can be brutal for you. As we saw there with Hayden Stevenson. But this fight just continues to roar on. Leitzel and Matherly going at it for second here at Southwick. A minute off of race leader Seth Carr, but these points are so valuable for the championship.
Ooh.
Leitzel rips the outside, trying to get a
it.
drive up on the right side of the hill. Let's see if Matherly can get the power down. They're going to go over this tabletop together. It's all down to this next corner, and I think Leitzel's going to get it, although Matherly's going to use this inside. Does it work? Oh, it's so close. Who's going to get this corner better? This time it's Leitzel down the inside, moving back into second place. What a pass. And these two have come from so far down in the field to get to this position in the first place, limiting the damage in the championship. But he is certainly showing that he is the man to be beaten in this 250 class. He's going to extend his championship lead, and what a win it was. Moto 1 at the Wick goes to Seth Carr.
Absolutely unreal ride. And then, okay, so now we get to watch Logan Leitzel for a minute because that's how far ahead he was. And look at this, still just fighting.
Night
Almost
long.
all side by
Here
side.
we go, 250 Moto 2 off and running from the Wick. Another great start for Stevenson. Seth Carr is up there in the mix. Oh, big crash. Carr's down. I think Matherly maybe hit him as well. Stevenson and Tharp drag racing to the line. Tharp down the inside's gonna get the Design Lab Co. Whole shot. I got it this time, baby. And Stevenson right there up in second. We got Tharp, Stevenson, Nick Niles, Lucas Brune, Leitzel inside the top 5. The picks are still moving around in the first 2 minutes of this moto. You guys are still able to make picks. A lot of people jumping off the Seth Carr train in a hurry because he was down in the first turn. He's got a lot of work to do. And hey, at the end of the first moto, you said if Carr starts behind all these guys, can he still win the moto? How far does he win it by? Well, now we get a chance to see.
I want to shout out this Josh McGowan in the YouTube chat. Just the 34-year-old 34-year-old out here loving watching kids faster than me compete. Love the streams. And that really struck a chord with me because we're getting old, and it doesn't matter if you're 30 years old or more or 40, whatever you are watching these races. If you love dirt bikes, you love video games, this is the best of the best racing in the MX Simulator on the highest stage that you can do it. So thanks for being out here.
That is awesome. And speaking of awesome, Logan Leitzel has made the pass into the lead. He did so with a nice move around Tharp over the roller in the back. Used some momentum in the next few corners to solidify it, and now he has got a 4.6 second gap after Tharp had a little slide out in that sweeper 2 corners ago. 2:12, 1:79, new fastest lap of the race. Logan Leitzel last time by, as he is starting to stretch out the lead at the front. And Leitzel's lost the lead. Tharp is back to the front. So we missed that, but Leitzel, who had just taken over the race lead last time by in this exact section, has lost the lead again to Tharp, and suddenly we got 3 riders pretty nose to tail as Lucas Brun comes 12 o'clock into your living room. We are back into a battle for the lead between Tharp and Leitzel. It's like rerunning the same show over again. Can Leitzel make the pass happen the same way he did in the first time? Out dragging him in and out of the corners. So maybe he's utilizing some of that knowledge to his advantage. Another inside move for Leitzel. It works in the 450 class, but is it going to work here? Side by side into the goalie and out. Leitzel a little bit lower and a little bit closer this time to the inside at the back of the track, and Leitzel back into the lead at the Southwick National.
Yeah, tricky spot right there, because once you're committed to that outside line, it's the main line. It's not the only line though, but Braden Tharp was committed to it. Leitzel had the pass and was just able to go over and cut up. Oh, Braden Tharp trying to do a different line there, seeing if he can cut to the end of that corner before Leitzel makes it there, but he just got cut off a little bit. Maybe he's a little bit frustrated or thought that was last-ditch effort, but these two don't seem too separated in speed though, to where I think that Tharp might have a chance to get him back. Leitzel's been making some small mistakes here, so if I'm Tharp, I'm going to try to just keep it close and get back on that rear wheel as close as possible.
Whoa.
Because just like that, almost goes to Indonesia through the front door, and Logan Leitzel barely holding on to it.
Yeah,
right now, working his way up.
We have a change for the lead. Tharp is back to the front. Leitzel has gone down, and just as I mentioned, these guys are suddenly right there. Colin Holden and Seth Carr have closed up onto the back fender of Logan Leitzel, and Carr is going to try to move into third on Holden, and he gets it done just like that. So here we go. Seth Carr versus Logan Leitzel. It's not even for the win, but they're about to battle once again. We have not seen much of the battling between the two of them this year. This could be a great fight between the two title combatants.
Tharp and try to make something happen before Carr gets to him, but honestly...
Leitzel a mistake, and Carr's going to get the spot anyway. Leitzel fights right back, but Carr gets the move done.
Yeah, that was coming way quicker than I thought it was going to happen.
They are 4.1 seconds behind the race leader right here, Braden Tharp, who just high-centered on a rut. That's going to cost him some time. He didn't go down, and then Carr makes the same mistake. Leitzel lands on him and goes down as well. Colin Holden's going to go into second place. Carr picks it up. Leitzel's going to pick it up right behind him. That was weird. I thought Leitzel would for sure check up through that rut. He didn't, and he lands on him and goes down. And then goes off the track at the top of the hill, but he's got a good run through the front door and down. Over the top of the hill, he hits the bump and goes over the bars. Lucas Brun goes by as Leitzel slowly picks it up, and here's Matherly suddenly into the picture again.
Yeah, I mean, just a huge change of fate right here. Matherly has been fighting from way, way back, and man, look at this. I mean, when you're battling for points, you can be way back and not have to worry about it. So just beating Logan Leitzel here would be very important for Cade if he can't work his way up any further here. 26 minutes into this race, so we have 4 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Cade is trying to make this move and get on the Leitzel, who has just been making too many mistakes late in this race.
But Tharp is just trying to bounce his way to victory in this second moto, bouncing off the walls here and there, jumping down into the gully in the back section, and Seth Carr can see him once again. Ding, ding, ding. It's round 3 between the teammates, set to duke it out for the moto win again. Actually, Tharp went down. Tharp is down off the outside of the track, going up this big tabletop in the back of the track. There's Matherly jumping by him into third place, which means Lucas Brun has already gone by, and Tharp goes from the lead to fourth. 30 minutes into the moto, he tries to put Matherly down and goes down by himself again. Here comes Matherly down the inside, not able to make the pass. Then a mistake from Brun to the outside for Matherly. Gets the power down, and Matherly's made it all the way back to second from outside of the top 20. A charge through the field to save his championship hopes. What a ride from the 25.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a great point salvage here, and you got to keep it close because you're not too far off of...
and Carr was down! Carr was down at the top of the hill. Matherly can see Seth Carr for this race win.
Yeah, so
and
the race...
he's down again! Matherly is going into the race lead right now, folks. Holy smokes, what of a turn of events this is. Matherly leads at Southwick. Brun goes to second. and Matherly's in a position to win the overall.
Oh my God, my jaw is completely dropping it 2 times in the last lap. All you had to do, you fought so hard all the way back up. All you had to do was keep it on 2 wheels. But look at this, freaking Brune is on his ass right now trying to make something happen. This kid is never giving up, but Cade, man, I bet you if you asked him 5 minutes in the race if he had a chance to win, he probably would have said no. And wow, this is a huge turn of events here late.
Carr had a double fall off. He's 4th now behind Tharp, so Matherly is trying to win this moto, the overall, and potentially gain enough points to tie for the championship lead at the end of the day. 2 turns to go at the Wick. Lucas Brune's throwing everything he has at him for this race win. Down the inside, not close enough. Matherly to the flag over this finish, over the jump before the finish line jump. 1 turn to go. Cade Matherly wins the Southwick National. Unbelievable turn of events.
That was all-time call right there, right?
Ridiculous.
I like it. That is absolutely crazy right there. Lucas Brune's got to be so pumped on life. Look at this.
Carr back to the inside on his teammate in 1 turn to go. Can Tharp get it back by on his teammate? It's Sparta Bar to the line. And it's Carr for 3rd. He gets a tie on the day with Matherly.
That's super close right there, man. That's so huge for his points and the championship battle right there. Colin Holding going off track right there. Gonna lose a spot, I think.